Retweeting a post from a fan, the Mexican professional boxer and the champion of 4 weight classes, Canelo Alvarez, responded to the former American professional boxer Floyd "Money" Mayweather accusations by calling him salty and bitter. According to Canelo, Floyd is jealous of him because he is surpassing Mayweather's entire career at the age of 31 only. Whereas at this stage, Floyd was nowhere near the achievements Canelo has made. Alvarez claimed that he would be far ahead of Floyd by the time he would have done so. Accompanied with the tweet, Alvarez also posted a document comparing the records, belts won, and accomplishments of the two. So what is this feud all about between the former undefeatable bout record holder and new boxing sensation? Stay with us and you will find more later in the video. Canelo is 51, 1, and 2 in his career and has become the first ever undisputed super middleweight champion by winning against Caleb Plant. He also won titles at middleweight and light heavyweight. In May of 2022, Canelo is preparing for a fight with the African boxer Lunga Makabu at 190 pounds to make history as a 5-weight world champion. Alvarez has only one professional loss in his entire career so far, which he confronted during a light middleweight championship super fight in 2013 at the MGM Grand Arena in Vegas against Mayweather by a majority decision. And that's where their rivalry stemmed from. At the time of that bout, Canelo was just 23 years old with a record of 42 wins and 1 draw, as well as WBC and ring light middleweight titles. On the other hand, it was one of the last fights for money as a professional boxer. Floyd put out an amazing display of his excellent technical magnitude in that fight and showed complete control over Saul. Mayweather won the bout in the 12th round, with the majority decision by judges Dave Moretti 1-1-6 and 1-1-2, Craig Metcalf 1-1-7, 1-1-1, and CJ Ross 1-1-4, 1-1-4. Following his 45th consecutive victory, he is the only fighter who has ever beaten Alvarez professionally and caused the Mexican the lone loss of his superb career. This was the only time they faced each other, and Money believes that Canelo was just an easy one for him to take down and that he cooked the Mexican inside the ring. There were lots of controversies and conspiracies about that fight later on. After CJ Ross gave a disputed 1-1-4 and 1-1-4 score, it was pretty obvious that mostly the folks were in Canelo's favor, in spite of Floyd's continuous and obvious dominance throughout the fight. It was quite evident for some circles with an elementary understanding of boxing that Alvarez wasn't absolutely ready to confront Mayweather's skills. Instead of approaching Money aggressively, he was rather in defensive mode through most of the fight and couldn't manage to beat Mayweather despite having a quite compatible skill set. Floyd happened to be just a level above Alvarez that night. However, it seems like Canelo doesn't consider his first ever setback to his unbeaten record as a loss. Talking on the Rich Eisen's show, ahead of victory against Caleb Plant, Canelo said that he was young and inexperienced at the time. So he did what he did, but he learned from it, and instead of taking it as a loss, he also claimed that he would knock out Mayweather in his prime. During a conversation with Graham Binsinger on his self-titled show Alvarez, Canelo made a statement that Floyd would have nothing to do with him if both were at their prime. He also said that at that time he wasn't the boxer he is today. Hitting back at Canelo's claims, 15-time world champion Mayweather taunted him by saying that Canelo was already at his prime when he fought Floyd. With being 36 years old, Floyd was not at his prime anymore and was an old man. Some other folks think as well as Floyd that even at that time, being a WBC light middleweight champion, Alvarez wasn't a bad fighter, whereas his opponent was the one who was near to his retirement age. However, there is another side to it, that is that light middleweight of 154 pounds as the highest weight Mayweather has ever fought at. Whilst Canelo is a 2019 light heavyweight champion reaching the limit of 175 pounds. After so many years of that bout, Canelo also admitted that hurt him, and after that loss he aimed to not let that loss kill his dreams and that someday he would become the fighter he always wanted to become. Undoubtedly, the pound-for-pound fighter has become what he always dreamt of, the best in the boxing world. He has never lost so far after that bout, except one draw with Gennady Golovkin, and has gone miles ahead to reach the greatest heights of his career. Currently, no boxer in the world is as famous as Alvarez. He's the first ever boxer in history who won the WBA, WBO, and IBP directly from the champions. However, 26 consecutive bouts winner still continues to pinpoint about Canelo despite his triumph over Alvarez 8 years ago. He criticizes the Mexican for ducking two-time WBC super middleweight champion David Benavidez and having his sights on WBC cruiserweight against Makabu. Although he unexpectedly praised Alvarez, calling him hell of a fighter, he didn't favor Canelo's move of fighting Makabu instead of giving Benavidez a chance to fight against him and commented that fighting with Congolese professional boxer Canelo would only do nothing. Speaking during the press conference ahead of David vs. Isaac Cruz's fight, Money expressed his desire to see Canelo vs. Benavidez and said that he wouldn't be liking Canelo vs. Makabu, but would love to see Benavidez. He showed his belief in Benavidez's ability to take Alvarez down at 168 pounds. However, in no time, soon it seems to happen as both Canelo's and Benavidez's camps aren't still able to agree on a deal. It is also notable that during that press conference, Floyd expressed his dislikes towards Gervonta Davis's act of wearing Canelo's "no boxing, no life" gloves. During the same event, Money also took shots at Alvarez, accusing him of PED abuse and ducking big face-offs. His behavior appeared strange to fans and they called it near obsession with Canelo Alvarez. The American recently fought against YouTuber Logan Paul on June 6th, where ESPN scored the bout 78-74 for Floyd. However, later Mayweather revealed that it was just an exhibited fight and was not real. Floyd Mayweather fought 4 more bouts after his rivalry's stemming triumph over Alvarez. In 50 bouts of his professional boxing career, he never lost a fight. His last bout was in 2017 against Conor McGregor, the Notorious, which he won in an amazingly perfect manner. Mayweather has never returned to the ring for a professional fight after retirement. On the other hand, the counterpuncher Alvarez is reveling in his spectacular career's peak. Despite one of the most controversial rivalry after their only face-off, the 50 bouts winner recently claimed that there is no real beef between the two. We hope so, as one of them has been an exceptional boxer of his times, while the other one is happening to be the one of his kind to make new records and history in boxing. We hope you liked the video. To watch more videos like this, please subscribe to the channel and don't forget to press the bell icon.